All right, I have for you today some of the funniest video I've seen come out of the political world for at least a day or two. No, for at least several months. Two Republican members of Congress, Matt Gaetz, currently under investigation for a litany of possible crimes, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, anti-mask, anti-vax congresswoman who regularly compares things to the Holocaust and then apologizes for doing it and then does it again. They tried to hold a press conference. Now, the press conference was meant to be, think about this, in defense of the January 6th Trump rioters, in defense of the rioters, not the police. Gaetz and Greene, who normally claim to be all about supporting the troops and supporting the police, Gaetz and Greene apparently believe that the defendants, the accused rioters, are being treated too harshly by our legal system in terms of their detentions and the like. This is not an issue they have any other time, except when you have exclusively Trump supporters having been the alleged perpetrators. Now, all of a sudden, they care about the harsh treatment of these defendants by the justice system. So they hold this press conference, and imagine that being your primary concern related to the January 6th riots instead of actually investigating what happened and who incited it. But that's their position. So they try to hold a press conference. When I say try, I say that because it goes hilariously off the rails when protesters shut it down with screaming and whistles and our friend Lauren Windsor asking Matt Gaetz on repeat whether he's a pedophile. Let's get into the first clip. And the funniest part of this one is it gets shut down. And Louis Gohmert, a wacky Republican congressman, he sort of tries to just keep going, but nobody cares. Once Gaetz and Greene start leaving, nobody even listens to Louis. Take a look at this. It's everything about it is perfect.
The people of this country, the answers to the questions.
We need a break. The left is interrupting the press conference. We need to end it.
Thank you. For those of you that really care about this process.
It's just amazing. The Whistler interrupts the press conference. Louis Gohmert tries to speak, but it's just too late. Nobody cares. Everybody's just leaving.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw here today is, again, the intolerant left.
And that the voice you heard there is, I guess, an anchor of some kind for the YouTube channel Right Side Broadcasting Network. So the whistles are just absolutely fascinating. The entire thing gets shut down. Here's another clip of the Whistler really preventing this from even getting going. I mean, it's really incredible. So that's actually the Whistler in the yellow shirt, if people are watching, right in front of the Right Side Broadcasting anchor, just whistling and whistling.
Please back up. Please back up.
You back up.
No, you're hurting me.
They're hurting you.
Okay, no, they're not. They're not touching you.
We
You're
have it on
physically
video,
harming me.
sir.
Back up.
You blowing a whistle in people's ears,
Back up.
damaging their hearing.
All right, now, I'm against hearing loss and doing anything that's going to force hearing loss on people, of course. I think it is important to remember that, you know, there is an onus on, if you want to hold a press conference in public, then there's the possibility that because it's in public, people are going to show up. I think that it starts to get over the line if you blow the whistle really loud right in someone's ear. I'm right there on that. But the same way that you are choosing to speak in a public place, people can choose to yell or blow a whistle in a public place as well. And then just the level of derailment is crazy. Let's look at one more of these clips.
Why are you blowing in people's ears, dude? Are you trying to assault people?
They should move away.
Are you trying to assault people
They should move
with
away.
auditory weapons? Why are you
It's a weapon now. There were no weapons at the January 6th riots, but the whistle is a weapon now. I mean, it's actually quite stunning how much havoc and chaos one guy with a whistle can actually wreak at this one event. Okay, so then we get into the point where Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz, they essentially just get run out and they start literally running away with security or staffers or whoever. And then this is where there's another layer to the mimetic aspect of this. Matt Gaetz starts to be asked on repeat whether he's a pedophile. And it turns out that that's actually Lauren Windsor, who we is a friend of the show. Take a look at this.
Somebody take them away.
Off they go.
You saw what happened here. The left shut us down. They hate free speech. They hate free speech.
Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile, Congressman? Are you a pedophile?
Get back.
Are you a pedophile, Congressman Gaetz? Are you a pedophile? Congressman, are you a pedophile?
Oh my God. Now, obviously, child sex abuse and pedophilia is not funny. The image of Lauren with a huge camera, like who even uses a camera that big anymore? It almost could be a prop and it would add to the comedic element. Chasing Gaetz and saying, "Are you a pedophile?" is amazing. Now we actually have Lauren's video from Undercurrent with a different view on this. Take a look.
Congressman Gaetz, are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile, Congressman Gaetz? Excuse me. Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile, Congressman Gaetz?
Dear God.
Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile, Congressman? Congressman, are you a pedophile?
Get back.
Are you a pedophile, Congressman Gaetz? Are you a pedophile? Congressman, are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile, Congressman Gaetz?
Are you sure?
Are you sure you're not a pedophile?
Oh man. So just absolute and total chaos. And again, it all goes back to the whole point of this press conference was that yesterday we had the first day of testimony in the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th riots. And the reaction from Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene is, whoa, they're really not treating the accused rioters very well in the justice system. And of course, you and I have been talking about the fact that too often nonviolent defendants are held without bail or held with a bail that's too high for them to make. So they're stuck in pretrial detention. They can't mount a defense. They're unable to make money. They're unable to parent their kids if they have kids. And it just perpetuates the situation. We've talked about that when it comes to nonviolent defendants. They now are all of a sudden concerned about bail being too high or bail being denied to people accused of actual violence in some of these cases. And now all of a sudden they care and they want criminal justice reform. I mean, it's just all completely and totally pathetic. And the entire thing getting shut down. Who knew that a whistle? I mean, listen, I remember being 8. I remember wreaking havoc with a whistle, but I was never able to wreak this amount of havoc. And it's absolutely fascinating to see. One of our sponsors is Monk Pack. I try to just limit how much sugar intake I have. And it's tough sometimes because sweet things taste good. That's just the reality. And that's why I love Monk Pack Keto Granola Bars so much. They are sweet and delicious. They're soft and chewy. They've got a slight crunch, but each bar has only 1 gram of sugar, 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, and just 140 calories. So they are perfect for anyone doing keto or low carb, or just if you're trying to limit sugar. They come in great flavors like coconut cocoa chip, peanut butter, blueberry, almond, vanilla. These are not those hard, crumbly granola bars you're used to. They're chewy with a ton of flavor. I always have a box in my pantry. It's great for a quick breakfast or a snack when I'm working. Monk Pack is giving my audience 20% off your first order. Go to monkpack.com and enter the code PACMAN at checkout.